everybody, and welcome to August's edition of Gallery Night Providence. My name is Alyssa Ann Heller. Tonight we're going to do something similar to last month, where Kelly, our social media coordinator, and I are going to be tag teaming and going to different galleries. You're going to be visiting 9 different galleries or studios tonight. We are here first in East Providence at Chris Ballou's studio. He has his gallery on Wickenden Street, but tonight we're lucky enough to be able to see him at work. So let's start. Hi, Chris.
Hey, how are you?
Good. You want to describe what you're doing?
Sure. Welcome, Gallery Night fans. I'm making a fish with my assistant Emily here. So it's going to be cobalt blue with clear eyes and some clear fins. It won't take too long, but the fish are about my favorite things to make. I've been doing the fish since I was in college. And so that was the molten glass. I used some tweezers here, some needle nose pliers to pull the glass. The glass is a little seedy today because we just threw some glass in, but I wanted to do a little demo. There's little air bubbles throughout this, so we'll probably end up sandblasting it and putting it on the sale table. But anyway, it's still fun to make. They move around, as you can see, just like a real fish might when you're fishing. So I'm allergic to fish. Since birth, I've been allergic to fish. But fishing with my dad was always one of my favorite things to do. And so it's one way of just kind of making something that is fun and sort of a natural form. I love working with nature. The flowers are my probably most popular item that I make. And I've been doing the flowers for about 25 years. If you come to the gallery on Wickenden Street, you'll see hundreds of flowers. And here, if you ever get to the studio here, you can come in and we can show you things that we've been working on. So now for the pectoral fins, do one here.
Can you tell us how hot this glass is?
It comes out of the furnace around 1900 degrees Fahrenheit. I know that because I have a degree in Fahrenheit. It cools down as we're working it very rapidly. So there are parts of it that are just a little over 1,000 degrees in there, and there are parts of it that are quite a bit hotter. But we've got to keep it like over 1,000 degrees, or it would crack. So once it's done, we'll put in that oven right behind you, and it'll cool there overnight. So I want these fins to look as close to each other as I can, just get them the same shape here. I've been here for about 7 years. I was in my studio in Providence, near Olneyville, near the Steel Yard, for 25 years. And when I was kicked out of that place, it seemed like the end of the world, but I found this place, and I just love it. It's got these big overhead doors here. It has lots of room for me to grow, and a nice big parking lot for my guests. But I know it's pretty kind of off the beaten track. That's why I have a gallery on Wickenden Street, which has been very good for 17 years now. and it's just on top of the hill. I carry the work of about 35 other American artists as well, maybe 45. And we offer free gift wrap, and there's no sales tax. Yay! Thank you, Rhode Island.
Any art in Rhode Island is sales tax free, and
Yes.
we are the only state in the country that does that.
Right, we have an exemption, and it makes it much more affordable for people who are interested in buying art, supporting local artists. Because at this point, we really need it because all the art festivals are canceled. So anytime you buy something from the gallery, you're really supporting the local economy. And you can get something as cool as this fish, or something even more creative even. But I love making the fish. And this one's done. And just give it the swish, little tail to the little swish to the tail. Make sure it doesn't move. Okay. Beautiful. And now we just finished the mouth. Find the right glove. So a lot of these tools are tools that I've kind of found and adapted. Emily's really good with the torch. She's been doing lamp work for how long?
Since I was 17, and I'm 24 now, so 7 years.
And in the oven, a whole bunch of waves we made earlier today. All right, so that's how you make a fish. So turn off the glory hole furnace here. I make the equipment. That's my latest furnace over here. This is the small glory hole. For hot days, we don't want to light up the big furnace. So we'll use this little one. It's great for making cups in and small flowers and leaves and such, paperweights. And this is for more bigger pieces. This is for like vases and big waves. And this is where we keep the molten glass, like my hood ornament here. So yeah, that's about 1950 in there. I make colored glass in the cold months here. This is an oven for bigger pieces. Another piece that I built with my buddy Chris Watts. So come on up and check out the rest of our studio. So this is my big mess of color here. I have bags and bags of powdered glass and chips of colored glass. This is my my tool area here. And it's great to have all kinds of different pieces of equipment to because as a glassblower you got to know how to weld. You should be a carpenter. You should be able to do all kinds of things. But here's my storage area and Photoshop. This is where I do the photography. I built this chandelier. I made the chandelier for a gallery I had on Atwells Avenue about 10 years ago. It hung there for a few months. And here you can see some of the fish we've made here, some vases, some flowers, and you can see back here there's a lot more flowers. We've got irises and pods and lily bells and tulips and
So which is the most complicated for you to make out of all the flowers?
that would be an orchid, and the orchids are, I have a few in the museum over here. But as you can see, we do pack and ship things. It's not my favorite thing to do, but we do it. We ship all over. We have to ship to Canada tomorrow. But this is like the museum. This is where a lot of things go that I can't bear to throw away, but they're not really things I want to sell either. So we have some cool things in here, from things that have never been seen by the general public. We have some experimental vases, some owl vases, lots of things from as far back as my college days and when I was at school in Penland, in North Carolina. Here's the orchids. So here, this is probably the most challenging flower I make here.
That's gorgeous.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and those are nice orchids. They're available for sale. I just haven't had a chance to bring them to the gallery. And we got some pineapples too. This is an award I made for the ACLU maybe 10 years ago. And I just did one last year for them as well. But here's some of my real early face vases, and this is the only like a tiger one I ever made. I've also I just enjoy doing all kinds of sculpture. You may have heard of that song "Devil with the Blue Dress On," and so this is just it's that. It doesn't really signify that I'm evil, or maybe it does. I don't know. But we also make. I used to be the glassblower at the King Richard's Fair, and so we'd make things like this glass dagger here, and whatever fun things we'd think of, maybe a lobster, or a dragon, or a bug, or a frog, or maybe I don't know, is that a cow or a deer or something? But you could drink out of it, but you couldn't put it down. So that was a lot of fun. That was back long time ago. So if you want to see the rest of the shop, I'll give you a real quick tour. You can see. This is where I have a website, so I have to keep everything separate. So when people buy something, this is like the room where we'd keep everything. So it's full of stuff that's on the website. So go to the website, www.gallerybaloo.org. All right.
Great. All right. So if people want to come visit you here,
right,
what do they need to do?
Well, they would want to call me at or text me 401-486-3121, or they could email me at gonzoglass@aol.com. I might get that.
All right. Perfect.
All right.
Anything else?
Well, we have a grinding and polishing room. It's the finishing room, so I'll show you that too. Okay. So it's right down the hallway here, and a little dark down here, but thanks, Emily. So we have a lunchroom here. That's my office, which I won't bother showing you because it's like any office, full of paper and clutter and stuff. But this is the grinding room. This is all stuff that's sort of in process right now. Mostly flowers, as that's probably the bulk of my business. But we have waves we made yesterday. Right here, they need to be ground on the big flatting wheel here. And then once they're flat on the bottom, they will go to a finer grind over here on the diamond pads. And then once they're really smooth, we use the cerium wheel. So the cerium wheel sprays cerium. Luckily, it's non-toxic.
What's cerium?
It's a mineral. It's a metal, cerium oxide. It's found in, I believe it occurs in like volcanic areas and such. So it's very expensive though. It's like a little jar like this is probably close to $100. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But everything comes out beautifully though, right?
Yeah, it's there's no substitute for that with what we have. I mean, it really doesn't. You have to spend the money to make the money. So anyway, well, thanks a lot for coming to the studio, and I hope that we can see you in the gallery too on Wickenden Street, 424 Wickenden.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you, Alyssa.
All right, and next up, there is going to be a video of Anthony Tomaselli teaching a class in Bristol yesterday. And then after that, we're going to flip over to Kelly. All right, see you soon. Bye.